Camille Hunt. More than this I am. More than this I am, Camille Hunt.
More than this, I am. More than Camille LaShawn Hunt. More than that 45-year-old African-American woman. More than Christian and Clara's mom, Roma, Angela, Erica, and Leah's sister, or Lee and Gloria's daughter. More than your physical eye can see or your physical ear can hear. More than this, I am. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and invited guests, if you're wondering exactly what does she mean by this? Well, this is the outer shell. It is the clay that houses the I am. This is the container that holds the content of your character. This is the earth suit or the physical representation of you. This is what limits us and what causes us to be comfortable and complacent. This is what divides and separates a human race into categories and subcategories. But I don't want to leave you with the negative connotation of this, because this also gives us our identity and our individuality. You are the only one with your exact perspective. And out of 7.5 billion people that inhabit planet Earth, you are the only one with your fingerprint. And with the exception of identical twins, you are the only one with your DNA. But I want you to look past the surface of this, because where there is this, you will find an I am also. And if you're wondering exactly what does she mean by I am, the I am can be viewed in many different ways. In science, you may hear the term energy. In religious sectors, you may hear the term spirit. In New Age and New Thought, you may hear the term self-actualization. To the common layman or woman, you may hear terms like intuition or that gut feeling that you get about something. The I am is the courage in the face of fear, and it is what connects us as a human race and the one thing that makes us more alike than different. And by a show of hands, if you would say that you've tapped into the I am, just do this. I think that it's safe to say that all of you here has. And my reason for saying that is because if you're here today, it is possible that you fall in one of two categories. Either you are a Toastmaster or you are a guest inquiring about becoming a Toastmaster. And if you know anything about Toastmasters, it is an organization where leaders are made. And the basis of that organization just so happens to be one of the most feared things: public speaking. And I know this because I looked it up years ago. On a whim, out of curiosity, before I became a Toastmaster, I just wanted to know, what do people fear most? And to my surprise, public speaking was number one. But what was most puzzling was that death was number two. Right. Wow. So in that moment, I'm thinking this is a bit peculiar, but kind of interesting. And I never really thought too much more about it until you fast forward to year 2014, and I had to give my icebreaker speech. And I remember as I approached the lectern that it was as if a swarm of butterflies landed here. And it was in that moment that I reached out for death to come save me, come rescue me from this most feared thing. And fortunately, death didn't respond. But two things happened that day. That day, I tapped into the I am of who I am. And the second thing that happened was I realized why death was number two. Because at least in some cases in death, you have your close friends, your family, your loved ones around to see you take those last breaths. But when you are doing the most feared thing in a Toastmasters meeting, like giving your icebreaker speech, there's just a bunch of strangers that judge you. And we all know that that's not the case, but that sure is how it feels. Toastmasters, an organization where leaders are made. There are over 140 countries represented in this organization. People from different walks of life, different ethnicities, different cultures, genders, races, generations, people with different sexual preferences, religious beliefs, people with abilities and disabilities are here. Think about that for a moment. We have allowed the I am of who we are to show us our likeness. There could be war going on outside of the Toastmasters organization between two countries. And those same two countries represented in our organization has learned the importance of unity and community and camaraderie. We could be the leaders, the forerunners, the trailblazers of a society, of a globe. We could be the example of what world peace looks like. All because we've tapped into the I am of who we are. So the next time you look in a mirror and you see the reflection staring back at you, look past that gorgeous hair, those pretty eyes, and that beautiful skin. Look into the soul, into the heart, into the I am of who you are, because it's only when you're able to identify with that that you're able to see it in another and know that more than this, I am Mr. Contest Chair.